KT7 up here. This is my FF Tactics Rerun overview video. I will go over the timeline, shops, banner info, unit upgrades, and finally which unit is the best to spend your unit of choice metal on. They have done such a great job with this rerun, the vibe of the community is really good right now, and there are so much positive energy surrounding the game. I am so happy to see it. Now let's take a look at the FFT rerun timeline. The rerun should start during the first week of November. On week 1, all the FFT units, VCs, and equipments will return. Garusa should also make his debut on the same week. On week 2, we will have the Jumbo Cactuar VC Esper combo. Since Global already got the Halloween units, there is a chance that Garusa and the Jumbo Cactuar card will get pushed back by 1 week. For those who wants Mercenary Ramza and King Delita, don't worry. I am confident we will see FFT the War of the Lions collab in the future. They are not going to let us use the existing FFT Mind Spheres for those characters. Now let's move on to shop and banner info. Gafferion the unit, and the Blades of Grass VC will be the login bonus for day 1 of the event. On day 3 everyone will get a FFT unit of choice metal that can exchange for any of the UR Rarity FFT unit at level 120. This is such a generous gift. If you already own all 4, you will get either 40 shards or 40 FFT Mind Spheres. On day 7 of login, you will get a FFT Collab Shard of Choice ticket. You can choose either 100 FFT unit shards or 100 VC shards for any collab releases. Also in the guild shop, the 80 shards are available for all FFT releases. All these you can get just by logging in. Be sure to get them all. On the right side of the screen are the banner info. There will be a free daily 10 pull for 30 days. On these pulls, you are guaranteed a random 20 shards for any of the UR FFT units. If you have all 4 at level 99, you can get a total of 600 FFT Mind Spheres. All the FFT releases are in the banner as well, you might just pick up a missing FFT unit. Then we have a 9-step FFT unit of choice banner, costs 18k Viz, free or paid. On step 9, you can choose one of the 4 UR units. Then there is the 5k paid 3-step with FFT unit of choice on step 3. As for the returning VCs, there is the 10k 5-step VC of choice on step 5. This banner is made for the Ramza card. Before going over the unit upgrades, let's look at the VCs first. The prize of the rerun is the Scion of House Beowulf, Ramza's card. This is one of 2 generic agility card in the game. If you don't have it, I highly recommend picking it up. I still use it almost every day, and you probably have seen it in many of my videos. 10k for the card, and you can use Vision Stars to max it. The second VC is a free get, the Blades of Grass. It is the generic accuracy card, it also has 25 crit rate for fire units. This is a decent card, just does not have as much use case, except for guild battle reserve systems. I recommend to hold off using your stars for this VC. The dev might announce plans for the Vision Stars during JP's 5th anniversary livestream. I will make a community post if there are any news. Next, the Amur Red Chocobo VC Esper combo. The VC is not worth mentioning, but the Esper is a good one for cost-limited content. 18 agility from a Amur Esper is very good. But if you don't have it already, don't chase it. Next are units upgrades. All UR units got some stats increase and ability upgrades. There are just too much to go over, I will just pick out a couple notable abilities for each unit and give my assessments for the unit. The texts in yellow are the upgrades. First up, Ramza. His 140 upgrade gives him 15% damage reduction to both physical and magic-based attacks. An upgrade to his shout ability. We will come back to shout later on. His LB is now square shape and a sure hit. The cost is 36 AP instead of 49. Before damage, dispel all buffs from targets and lower their magic resistance by 38 for 3 turns. Then deals non-elemental extra large damage. From his ability upgrades, he also gets Dispel Re-Raise, AoE penetration, and HP auto heal back. The shout ability now gives the group 4-turn attack and magic up 60%. Also defense 25, brave up 20%, plus protect. And CT up medium, and restore 20 AP when HP drops below 60%, once per battle. This is a very strong buff. CT up medium is equivalent to Keen Blade. Giving your team an extra turn mid-fight could be game-changing. One other notable thing about Ramza is his high mobility. He can move up to 6 squares on turn 1. They also increase the range of this triple blow, and double break works very well with his high mobility. He is definitely usable now. His job is to use Shout then his LB to dispel. I have seen many Ramza team with Keen Blade, so they can get CT up medium twice in a battle. The downside to Shout is that you can't control when it happens, and Nullify CT up can derail this strategy. This is a quick stats comparison. He is nowhere close to the next gen units, but it is enough to keep up with the current meta. For Ramza, the unique abilities from Ragnarok are Accuracy 15, AP Consumption down 15, and AoE Resistance 10. The Sortilege gives all FFT units move +1 on turn 1, and unit resistance 15. I have also included a sample team for Ramza. Combining Shout and Keen Blade is one of the most common setup for him. If you don't want to use Keen Blade, Ramza could disrupt your enemy's buffs with the Sortilege equipped. Next is Orlando. From his 140, he gets AoE Resistance Penetration 40, receive 20% less magic damage, Reaction Block 40, Healing Power 10, and upgrade to Crest of the Black Lion. Let's talk about this ability later. We will go over his support ability, Thunder God first. Gives him attack 60%, accuracy 25, slash pen 40, and all wide guard 20. Also, the attack type resistance's penalty is now reduced to 3. As for his LB, the AP required gone down to 33. And it now dispel active force barrier before damage. The modifier is now extra large, gives him 3 turn haste, and grants him debuff resistance 50, plus AP consumption down 25 when haste is active. These 3 upgrades alone put him on par with next gen units, very strong. The ability I want to bring attention to is the Hallowed Bolt Extreme. The shape changed to a 2x2 cross shape. Before damage breaks physical barriers, remove courage, lower target slash resistance 30 for 3 turns, then deals medium damage, and nullifies CT up from targets for 3 turns. Perfect against units like Exia and Ramza. Now let's circle back to Crest of the Black Lion. It now grants Orlando courage, attack up 40% for 4 turns. Plus nullify curse, blind, paralyze, sleep, and immobilize for 4 turns, and absorb 50% of damage dealt. Also dispel active wide guard before damage for all his attacks. And increase his AoE and unit resistance by 40 when his HP is above 70%. That would put him around 75 unit resistance and 60 AoE resistance when the HP condition is met. Orlando's upgrades are amazing. His stats are comparable to new Lucio, whom I consider the 1.5 gen unit. He has access to 80 / penetration, and if he has Ragnarok equipped, he can get to 50 defense penetration. Not bad at all. The other 2 unique abilities from Ragnarok are debuff weakening 15 and agility 8%. He can be the carry for a mono lightning team or a red mage team. One thing I need to mention about Orlando is his lack of a group buff. You can have him run straight forward if you want to, but you can always give him a TMR group buff so he will move horizontally on his first turn. The third unit is Agrias. Her 140 upgrade gives her curse resistance 50, healing power up 15, debuff weakening 15, and upgrade to her Knight's Honor support ability. Knight's Honor now gives her 24% max HP, agility 12%, spirit 12, hate 5, and lower AP consumption 20. She also gets force barrier from range 3 to 6. And increase her chance to land stop by 15 when she has HP regen active. Her other support ability Chivalry also got an upgrade. Gives her 30% attack, and increase her physical damage output by 15%. Chivalry is not recommended on her, but it is good to have if you want her to deal more damage. Moving to her LB upgrades. The required AP is lowered to 36, and it is now a sure hit. Before damage, dispel targets' active physical force barriers, and lower their reaction proc rate by 100 for 3 turns. Then deals large damage, and has 67% chance to inflict confusion and poison. Agrias is now the official status ailment queen. Poison, disable, silence, and stop. She can be really nasty on the battlefield. Next, her active ability upgrades. The Princess's Royal Guard now gives her 4-turn HP regen, and hate 12. Also HP auto heal back medium when her health falls below 50%, once per battle. Plus an aura effect. It covers range 4, and range height 1. Gives allies, including self, 100% elemental debuff resistance, shell, and nullify stun. The other ability that got upgraded is Judgment Blade. Gives Agrias plus 30 hit rate, dispel re-raise from targets, then deals large damage. Post-damage lower target's defense and spirit by 30 for 3 turns, and 25% chance to inflict stop. The stop chance increases to 40 when she has HP regen active. Agrias is currently the best tank in the game. She has the highest innate HP, even higher than Engelbert. And since she has access to 2 separate agility support, her agility can reach 77. Her sword gives her slash penetration 30, AoE penetration 30, and reaction block rate 30. You might not give her a weapon, but she can dish out decent damage if you do. She works really well on a full red mage team and some mixed katana setup. The only drawback of her is that she requires some ability on-off settings to make her function properly. I almost forgot, she also has access to Calamity Guard, which can nullify poison, curse, frostbite, blind, sleep, silence, paralyze, confusion, and stop. She is just so good. The last UR unit is Delita. His 140 gives him defense pin 30, AoE pin 30, and upgrades to his Karma Blade. His acquired AP up support also got upgraded to include a one-time HP auto heal back medium when his health is below 50%. His LB now only consumes 30 AP. Deals large damage, increase the damage modifier if the target has either shell or re-raise active. Also absorb 80% of the damage dealt, and 67% chance to inflict silence. Delita is the weakest one out of the 4. His Karma Blade upgrades gives him a general dispel. Other than that, nothing really game-changing. His silence is still really scary, especially in the meta we are currently in. Delita is a powerhouse, but a true glass cannon. His best setup is semi-evade with Sephiroth. Next are the 2 MR units. I am not going to talk about them too much. Mustardio got infinite courage if his HP is above 90%, and he got 40 defense pin. Not bad for an MR unit. He is still a huge petrify threat with his Seal Evil attack. This ability now also includes a 50% unit resistance shred. His Mind Spheres cannot be farmed, you will have to put him in the barracks, or through MR Soul Metal Exchange if you want to reincarnate him. The last unit is Gafferion. He is totally free, you can farm his shards and Mind Spheres. He got 40 AoE penetration from his self-sacrifice support, and 60% unit resistance shred from his upgraded Abyssal Blade Dark. He is a pretty solid damage dealer. Next I just want to show the status ailments from the units within 30 days of FFT Rerun. Be sure to gear your magic DPS properly to deal with them. I have also put some TMR items that can nullify some of these statuses on the screen. You can never guard against all of them, but hopefully this will help. The developer have put a lot of effort and manpower into this rerun, and gave almost everything away for free. I don't think other collaborations will receive this type of treatment, but I could be wrong. Let's give credit when credit is due, let's give our flowers to Square and Jeume. Alright, now my recommendation for the unit of choice Metal Exchange. Obviously, Agrias is the best choice, followed by Orlando, then Ramza, then Delita. I am sure you guys have already noticed, Ramza and Delita's upgrades are far weaker than Agrias and Orlando's. The only explanation I can come up with is, FFT, the War of the Lions collab will be a thing in the future. I have no idea when, but it will be crazy when it does. I hope you guys are excited and enjoy this rerun as much as I am enjoying it right now. As for the VCs, be sure to consider picking up Ramza's card. The generic 15% agility is super useful. Currently I am working on Garusa's showcase, we'll try to do a mini video for Agrias and Orlando if I have time. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.